Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special video for you all. We're going to talk about the future. Not just any future, but the future of Islam. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. You know, in this day and age, it's easy to get lost in the chaos of everyday life. We are constantly bombarded with news of wars and economic crises, and it can be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But what if I told you that the solution to many of our problems lies within the teachings of Islam? What if the future of humanity is intertwined with faith and spirituality? That might sound like a bold statement, but stay with me and I'll explain. Before we start, I'd like to ask you a simple question. What does the future hold for us? Is it a time of great prosperity and peace, or will it be filled with conflict and despair? Your answer to this question may depend on your religious beliefs and your interpretation of the signs of the times. In Islam, we believe that the future is predetermined by Allah the Almighty, who knows all things before they happen. However, we also believe that we have the power to shape our own destinies through our actions and choices. This concept is known as free will, and it's a fundamental aspect of Islamic theology. Now, some people might say that if everything is predetermined, then why bother trying at all? Why bother setting goals or making plans if everything has already been decided? Well, here's the thing. In Islam, we're not just passive recipients of Allah's will. We're active participants. We have the ability to choose between right and wrong, between good and evil, and our choices have real consequences. If we choose to do good, we will earn Allah's pleasure and be rewarded accordingly. But if we choose to do evil, we will face the consequences of our actions, both in this world and in the hereafter. So yes, our future is predetermined, but it's not set in stone. We have the power to change it. One way we can change our future is by being mindful of the signs of the times and preparing ourselves accordingly. This is especially important in today's world, which is changing faster than ever before. For example, the rise of globalization has brought many challenges for Muslims, constantly bombarded with images and ideas that conflict with our faith and values, also facing increasing pressure to conform to the standards of the secular world. But instead of being overwhelmed by these challenges, we should see them as opportunities to strengthen our faith and live according to the teachings of Islam. Another challenge we face is the rapid pace of technological advancement. Many people are worried about things like artificial intelligence and genetic engineering. They wonder how these technologies will affect our lives and our society as a whole. But in Islam, we have a rich tradition of ethical living that can guide us in these matters. For example, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to be honest, trustworthy, and compassionate towards all living beings. These are timeless principles that can help us navigate the ethical dilemmas posed by new technologies. The problem is that many Muslims are unaware of these teachings, or they do not know how to apply them to our contemporary issues. That's where scholars and intellectuals come in. It's up to us to study the teachings of Islam and find solutions to the challenges we face. We need to develop innovative ways of living that are rooted in our faith and values while still being relevant to the modern world. When we look at the history of Islam, we see countless examples of people who have done just that. From the early Muslims who spread the message of Islam to the diverse cultures and backgrounds to the Muslim scientists and philosophers who made groundbreaking discoveries to the activists and reformers who fought for social justice there. A long line of Muslims who have shaped the course of history through their actions and ideas. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, once said, "The best of you Muslims are those who learn the Quran and teach it." This is a powerful reminder that knowledge is not just for the sake of acquiring it, but also for sharing it with others. As Muslims, we have a responsibility to pass on the teachings of Islam to the next generation. This is especially important in today's world, where so many young people are losing their connection to their faith. We should encourage our children to learn about Islam and practice it in their daily lives. We should also support initiatives that promote Islamic education and foster a sense of identity and belonging among young Muslims. One way we can do this is by supporting organizations that provide quality Islamic education. There are many organizations out there that are doing great work in this area, but they need our support to continue their efforts. So if you know of any organization that's doing good work in Islamic education, be sure to support them. You can also play a part in shaping the future of Islam by being an active member of your community. This means being involved in the affairs of your mosque or Islamic center, participating in local events and initiatives, and working to make your community a better place for everyone. One way to get involved is by volunteering your time and skills to help out. Another way is by simply being a positive role model for others in your community. Let's take the example of helping out at your local food bank or soup kitchen. It's a simple way to give back to your community and help those in need. You don't need to donate a lot of money to make a difference. Sometimes the smallest gestures can have the biggest impact. Let's not forget the power of dua, or supplication. In Islam, we're encouraged to turn to Allah, the Almighty, in times of need and seek His help and guidance. Dua is a powerful tool that can help us overcome any challenge we face. When you feel overwhelmed by the problems of the future, take a moment to turn to Allah in prayer and ask for His assistance. Remember, we're not alone in this journey. We have the support of our faith and the guidance of the Quran and the Sunnah. Now here's the thing. In Islam, we believe that every problem has a solution. And when we face challenges, we're reminded to have patience and trust in Allah's plan. The Quran tells us that Allah never burdens a soul beyond what it can bear. So when we're going through tough times, we should remember that it's only temporary and that Allah is with us every step of the way. This doesn't mean that we just sit back and do nothing. On the contrary, we're expected to take action and solve our problems. But we should always remember to do it in a way that is consistent with our faith and values. This includes being patient, kind, and compassionate towards ourselves and others. Look, I know that the future can seem uncertain and scary, but as Muslims, we have something that no one else has: Iman, or faith in Allah. This gives us a sense of hope and comfort that we can rely on even in the darkest of times. The Quran reminds us that Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. And when we turn to Him in prayer, He guides us onto the straight path. But let me leave you with these final words. The future of Islam is bright. Our faith is timeless, and our values are universal. By holding fast to our traditions and embracing the teachings of Islam, we can shape a better future for ourselves and for generations to come. And when we face challenges, let's remember to turn to Allah in prayer and seek His help and guidance. After all, He is the light of the heavens and the earth, and He promises to guide us onto the straight path. So what do you think about the future of Islam? How do you see your faith evolving in the years to come? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. And don't forget to check out our other videos on faith and spirituality.